Mississippian culture thrived in the southeastern United States from around 800 AD to 1600 AD. This period marked a significant era in pre-Columbian history, where a complex and sophisticated society emerged, leaving behind a legacy that still fascinates historians and archaeologists today. That's like way before Columbus discovered America. Imagine a time when vast networks of trade routes crisscrossed the continent, connecting various indigenous cultures long before European contact. These guys were the real deal. They developed a rich cultural tapestry that included intricate pottery, elaborate ceremonial practices, and a deep understanding of astronomy and the natural world. They were known for their impressive skills in agriculture, architecture, and social organization. Their ability to cultivate the land and manage resources efficiently allowed them to support large, thriving communities. Imagine building giant mounds of earth without any bulldozers. These monumental structures were feats of engineering, constructed using only simple tools and human labor. The Mississippians were masters of maize agriculture. Corn was not just a staple food, it was the backbone of their economy and a key to their societal development. They figured out how to grow corn like nobody's business. Their advanced farming techniques included crop rotation and the use of raised fields to prevent flooding, ensuring bountiful harvests year after year. This led to a surplus of food, which meant they had more time for other things, like building those amazing mounds. With a stable food supply, they could focus on developing their society, engaging in trade, and creating art and architecture. And boy, did they build. These mounds served various purposes, from ceremonial centers to elite residences, and even as burial sites for their leaders. These mounds weren't just random piles of dirt, though. They were meticulously planned and constructed, often aligned with celestial events, reflecting the Mississippians' sophisticated understanding of astronomy. They were carefully planned and constructed platforms for important buildings, like temples, residences for elites, and burial sites. These structures were central to their religious and social life, serving as focal points for community gatherings and ceremonies. Talk about going out in style. The Mississippians buried their dead with great care, often including elaborate grave goods that reflected the deceased's status and role in society. These burial practices provide us with valuable insights into their beliefs and social structure. The Mississippians didn't just live in small villages. They had urban centers. These cities, often located near rivers, were bustling hubs of activity. People from surrounding areas would come to trade, participate in religious ceremonies, and marvel at the impressive architecture. Imagine a city without cars or skyscrapers, but with massive earthen pyramids instead. That's what life was like in a Mississippian city. They had plazas for public gatherings, specialized workshops for craftspeople, and neighborhoods where people lived in houses made of wood and thatch. Life wasn't all work and no play, though. The Mississippians enjoyed games, music, and storytelling. They also had a complex social hierarchy, with chiefs, priests, and commoners. Think of it like a real-life civilization game, but without the computer screen. No discussion of the Mississippians is complete without mentioning Cahokia. This massive city, located near present-day St. Louis, Missouri, was the largest urban center north of Mexico before the arrival of Europeans. Imagine a bustling metropolis, teeming with life and activity, centuries before the skyscrapers of New York or the grand avenues of Paris. At its peak, it was home to an estimated 20,000 people. This population size is staggering when you consider the time period. That's bigger than many European cities at the time. Cities like London and Paris were still in their infancy, struggling to reach similar population numbers. Cahokia was the heart of the Mississippian world. It was a vibrant hub where people from various regions came together to trade goods, share ideas, and participate in religious ceremonies. It was a center of trade, religion, and political power. The city's markets were filled with goods from distant lands, including shells from the Gulf Coast, copper from the Great Lakes, and mica from the Appalachian Mountains. The city's most striking feature was Monk's Mound, the largest earthen structure in North America. This monumental mound was not just a feat of engineering, but also a symbol of the city's power and influence. This colossal mound, covering 14 acres, towered over the surrounding landscape. It stood as a testament to the ingenuity and determination of the Mississippian people. Cahokia's influence extended far beyond its borders. The city's leaders established a vast network of smaller settlements, each contributing to the overall prosperity and stability of the region. Its rulers controlled a vast network of smaller settlements, ensuring that resources and goods flowed smoothly throughout the region. This network allowed Cahokia to maintain its dominance and influence over a large area, and its culture spread throughout the southeast. The Mississippian culture, with its unique art, architecture, and social structure, left an indelible mark on the history of North America. It was a true metropolis of its time, and its legacy continues to amaze us today. Archaeologists and historians are still uncovering new insights about this incredible city, piecing together the story of a civilization that thrived long before the modern era. The story of Cahokia is a reminder of the rich and complex history that existed in North America long before European contact, a history that continues to inspire and educate us. The Mississippians weren't just skilled farmers and builders, they were a remarkable civilization that thrived in the southeastern United States from around 800 CE to 1600 CE. Their ability to cultivate the land and construct impressive mound structures is well documented, but there's so much more to their story. They were also savvy traders. The Mississippians had a keen understanding of the value of goods and the benefits of trade. They didn't just produce food and tools for their own use. They saw the potential to exchange these items for other valuable resources. Their riverine location gave them access to a vast network of waterways, allowing them to exchange goods with other groups across a wide geographical area. The Mississippi River and its tributaries acted as natural highways, facilitating the movement of goods and people. This extensive network connected them to distant regions and cultures. Think of it like Amazon Prime, but with canoes instead of delivery trucks. These waterways were bustling with activity as canoes laden with goods traveled up and down the rivers. The Mississippians were adept at navigating these waters, ensuring that their trade networks remained robust and efficient. They traded their surplus corn, beans, and squash for exotic goods like copper from the Great Lakes region. Copper was highly prized for its use in making tools, ornaments, and ceremonial objects. The Mississippians' agricultural surplus allowed them to acquire this valuable metal, which was not available locally. Seashells from the Gulf Coast were another sought-after item. These shells were used to create intricate jewelry and decorative items. The Mississippians' access to these coastal resources added a unique dimension to their material culture. And obsidian from the Rocky Mountains. This volcanic glass was prized for its sharpness and durability, making it ideal for crafting cutting tools and weapons. The Mississippians' trade networks extended far and wide, bringing them into contact with diverse cultures and resources. These items weren't just for show, though. They played a crucial role in the daily lives of the Mississippians. Tools made from traded materials improved their efficiency in farming, hunting, and crafting. Ornaments and jewelry enhanced their social and cultural expressions. They were used to make tools, ornaments, and religious objects. The Mississippians had a rich spiritual life, and many of the items they acquired through trade were used in religious ceremonies and rituals. These objects held deep symbolic meaning and were integral to their cultural practices. This exchange of goods also facilitated the spread of ideas and technologies. As the Mississippians traded with other groups, they not only exchanged physical items, but also knowledge and innovations. This cultural exchange enriched their society and contributed to their technological advancements. The Mississippians were influenced by other cultures. Through trade, they encountered new ideas, beliefs, and practices. These interactions shaped their own culture, leading to a dynamic and evolving society. They adopted and adapted elements from other cultures, creating a unique blend of traditions. And their own culture had a profound impact on the societies they interacted with. The Mississippians' influence extended beyond their immediate region. Their trade networks and cultural exchanges left a lasting legacy on neighboring societies, contributing to the broader tapestry of North American history. It was a win-win situation for everyone involved. The Mississippians' trade practices created a network of mutual benefit, fostering relationships and alliances. This interconnectedness not only strengthened their own society, but also contributed to the prosperity and development of the cultures they traded with. The story of the Mississippians is a testament to the power of trade and cultural exchange in shaping human history. So, what happened to this sophisticated culture? Why did they disappear? Well, like many civilizations throughout history, the Mississippians faced a perfect storm of challenges that ultimately led to their decline. One major factor was climate change. Starting around 1300 AD, the region experienced a prolonged period of drought. This little ice age made it much harder to grow crops, leading to food shortages and social unrest. Imagine your local supermarket running out of your favorite snacks. Not a pretty picture, right? This environmental stress put a strain on Mississippian society. Competition for resources increased, and conflicts between different groups became more common. The once thriving cities began to shrink as people moved away in search of better conditions. As if climate change wasn't enough, the arrival of Europeans in the 16th century added another layer of complexity to the Mississippians' already precarious situation. These newcomers brought with them diseases like smallpox, measles, and influenza, to which the indigenous population had no immunity. Talk about bad timing. These diseases spread like wildfire through the Mississippian communities, decimating their populations. Imagine a really bad flu season, but like 1,000 times worse. The social and political structures that had held these societies together for centuries began to crumble. While direct conflict with Europeans was limited in the early years, the indirect consequences of their arrival were devastating. The Mississippian world was forever changed.